all four work together. We have 3 steps. First step is our general account check. It says that we're going to prepare Judy's Fashions general account check for the pay period ended July 15th. The payment date is July 15th. Prepare the check to the order of First Community Bank. The payroll account number is given. Enter manager's signature on the check in the appropriate field for the signature. So what we're doing is we are just writing a check, first of all, for a total payroll. And so we're writing it to First Community Bank because we're going to put it into a separate account. So then that account will be where we'll write our separate employee checks from. So first thing, our date is going to be July. So it's not letting us. So we'll do 7/15. Okay, we're writing it to First Community Bank. We're writing it for the July 15th payroll. And the amount that we're writing it from, it does not tell us that in the directions. So we're going to need to go up here to our payroll register. And we're going to look at our total net pay. So this is the amount because we have 2 employees. One is getting paid this amount. One is getting paid this amount. So the total is $1,933.32. After we fill out the check stub, now we're going to actually fill out the check. So first is the date, July 15th. The amount is $1,933.32. We're writing it to, oops, that is not the to part. Now we're going to write the number out in words. So 1,933 and 32 over 100. Okay, next is who we're writing it to. First Community Bank. Okay, when we scroll up here, we have our account number. So I'm going to put in payroll account. Sorry, I need to label it first. Payroll account 148-164-118. Okay, and then our signature. Oops, sorry. We also the address. So the address is here underneath this. So we're actually just going to copy that. So 320 North Dean Road, and that's going to be Auburn, Alabama 36830. So I just copied the address from up here. And then here it tells us in the directions, we're just going to label this as manager signature. Grade step 1. And next step. Now we're going to complete the payroll check for Edward P. Johnson for the pay period ended July 15th. The payment date is July 15th. Enter manager's signature on the check in the appropriate field for the signature. Record the payroll check number in the payroll register. So they have already given us this information up here at the top. Yeah, we're just so this up here, notice here the date is June 30th. So this is the previous pay periods information. Down here is our payroll register. So a couple of things that we can do. This information is going to be put up here, but we can also calculate it too, and then make sure that we're right. So here we're just going to put in the name. So Edward P. Johnson. The date is July 15th. Okay, and then our gross pay, we're going to take 88 times 15, so 1320. Our overtime pay, 5 times 22.5 is 112.5. total current earnings or current total earnings. We're going to add those two together to get $1,432.50. The year-to-date total earnings, we're going to take the previous, so 17,218, and we're going to add this pay period's total earnings, so plus $1,432.50. Our year-to-date total earnings are going to be $18,650.50. Okay, then our federal income tax. This is going to be listed down here in our payroll register, $61. If I want for my Social Security, I'm going to copy that again, so 88.82. Medicare, 20.77. Health insurance is 60. Retirement plan is 15. My total deductions then are going to be $245.59. My net pay, I'm going to take my total current year earnings, 1,432.5, minus my total deductions, 245.59. That means my net pay is 1,186.91. That should equal what's on my payroll register. I do need to figure out my year-to-date for these. So I'm going to take my year-to-date from the previous, so 522, plus this pay period's federal income tax of 61. So I get 583. Do the same thing for the rest. So previous year-to-date Social Security plus this pay period Social Security. Medicare tax previous year-to-date plus this pay periods. Okay, previous health insurance year-to-date plus this pay periods. Previous retirement year-to-date plus this pay periods. Add those up to get my total. Okay, to get my year-to-date net pay, there's two ways that I can do this. I can take my previous year-to-date net pay and add to it my current net pay. I'm also going to do it the other way to make sure that I am right. I'm going to take my year-to-date total earnings here, so 18,650.5, minus my year-to-date deductions that are right here. And I should get the same number. Okay. Next thing I need to do then is write the actual check. So the date is July 15th. Pay to the order of Edward P. Johnson. I'm writing the check from my net pay, so $1,186.91. I now need to write that number out in words. And to sign it, I'm going to type manager signature. And the last thing that I need to do on this step is I need to put the check number that we use to write that payroll check. So we're using check number 261. Gonna grade step 2. Next step. My last step says we're going to complete the payroll check for Janice E. Nelson for the pay period ended July 15th. The payment date is July 15th. Enter manager's signature on the check in the appropriate field for the signature. Record the payroll check number in the payroll register. So we're going to do the same thing. Janice E. Nelson. Date is July 15th. I'm going to put in my gross pay for regular. I'm going to get that from, well, I'm going to just multiply. 920. $51.75. Add those two together to get my total earnings. And year to date, I'm going to take the previous year to date plus my current earnings. So 12,844.25. Okay, then I need to put in my deductions. I'm going to get those off my payroll register. 61. Oops, I need to make sure I'm taking the right one. 76. 60.25. 14.09. Health insurance is 60. Oops, retirement 15. My total deductions then 225.34. My net pay is current earnings minus those deductions, 746.41. And then I need to figure out my year-to-date deductions. Remember, I'm going to take my previous year-to-date deduction plus my current deduction to get my year-to-date. I'm actually going to have you pause and figure those out. So pause the video. Remember on this one, I can figure that out by taking the previous year-to-date net pay plus the current net pay, or I can take my year-to-date total earnings minus my year-to-date total deductions, and I should get the same number. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is write out that check. So July 15th. I'm writing this to Janice E. Nelson. For the net pay for her is 746.41. Write that out in words, 700. Jeez. Sign it with manager signature. And the last thing is I need to put that check number 262 on the payroll register showing that I have paid. Okay, I'm going to grade final step. And that is it. You can now move on to the 12-4 on your own.